Hey, Amy, get over here. You gotta see this.
What is it? Is it finally happening?
It's happening. It's happening. They're hatching. Come over here.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Oh my God, it's been so long that Henrietta's been sitting on these eggs. Good job, Henrietta.
She really is quite the egg sitter.
I know. Her ass is so warm, and these eggs are ready to crack. I can't wait to see these little baby chicks. Oh, wait. I see one poking out.
Oh my God.
I see a little beak. Come on.
Oh, it's so slimy. Look at you. Oh, you're doing it.
Oh my God, Amy. It's out. And look who it is. It's Sydney H.
Sydney H, you cute little chickie. Hi,
You
welcome.
Precious. Ooh. Wait, is that another one getting ready to hatch?
Oh my God. I think it is.
Oh, I see it.
This one's struggling a little bit. Should we help it?
No. If it can't make it out, it doesn't deserve to live.
That's true. That's true. You better get out of here, Alex S.
Here they come, Alex S. Oh,
You're doing it. Oh, that was hard, but you did it. You
did
persevered. We won't kill you this time.
See, and we empower you by not helping you. And you're better for it. Welcome to the world, Alex, and welcome to the Patreon. Wait a second. Oh, Amy.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
It's moving. The golden egg.
Oh my God. This is it.
I think the golden egg might finally be ready to hatch. Oh, okay. It's wiggling. Now it's jiggling.
Ooh.
Now it's twiggling.
Oh.
I see a crack. Oh, I see a little tiny little finger poking out. Weird.
The light coming from it is blinding.
Oh my God. Ow!
Oh!
I'm putting my sunglasses on. Swish, swish. Put your sunglasses on.
I did.
Okay. Here it comes.
Wow, that music, it's drawing me in.
There it is. It's out. It's out of the egg, and it is Mercedes M.
Wow, another yearly Patreon.
Just hatched out of a yearly golden egg. Welcome, Mercedes. Welcome, Sydney. Welcome, Alex. And especially welcome, Mercedes. Welcome to the world, you little babies. And welcome to the Patreon. We're so glad we didn't have to eat you for breakfast.
Yet.
We'll see.
We'll see how the winter is.
And we'll plump you up real good, and we'll see how we feel then. But
right.
In the meantime, welcome. Bok, bok.
Bok, bok.
Okay.
Blink, blink, ding, bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ling, 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 ding, 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 a ling, 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 ding, 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 ding.
Welcome to Oh Yeah Podcast. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Oh, hello, Jackie. I am great. I'm happy to be back. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm happy to be back too. And Amy just had to, as soon as we got on, we're recording over Zoom. And as soon as I saw her face on the computer, I just started crying because I've been so stressed out with work and everything. And she talked me down, which I really appreciate. So I just want to say thank you to Amy and thank you to everyone for bearing with us. I know we haven't been able to put an episode out the past couple weeks because it's just been such an unbelievably crazy time and so busy and oh my gosh, I do apologize for that, but I appreciate how nice everyone has been about it. And
yeah.
Oh my God. So we're back.
For now.
Happy to be back. Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks here. No promises. It's one of those things, Jackie. It's like when you're on the edge and you think you're doing okay, and then somebody just goes, "Hey, how are you?" And you're like,
"Oh my God,
not good."
I know. I thought I was doing okay when I woke up this morning. I was a little bit edgy. I keep having moments where my heart starts racing. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I've been okay. And then right before we started recording, I was trying to find the charger for my earbuds, and I couldn't find it. And I just broke down sobbing.
Yes. It is. Oh, God. It's like just the littlest, the straw that breaks the camel's back. And you're just like, where the fuck is my charger?
Everything.
My life is falling apart. Aw. No, but I'm very glad we're back. And, thank you again to everybody for being so kind. So many sweet, words of, I don't know, encouragement and understanding. We made an Instagram post that just said, hey, we need a break. We are burnt the fuck out. And we just need a little bit of time. So, again, thank you, everybody, for understanding. And hopefully we'll be able to keep it rolling. But, we got a ton of backlog episodes. We've got tons of mini-sodes, all sorts of fun stuff that if this ever happens again, please just go ahead and check them out again. All right?
Yes. The backlog.
Backlog.
Yes. But again, thank you, everyone. I think that's my shout out this week, is just to all of the kind and understanding messages we've gotten. This is one of my favorite things to do every week. And I hate that my regular job is getting in the way of it, and it pisses me off so much. It's like, this is one of the few pleasures I have right now, and now I haven't been able to focus on that. So I miss everyone, and I miss this, and I just want to get back to it already.
Well, we're here now, and I understand that too. So basically what we're saying is we need at least 100 more people to join our Patreon so we can both quit our jobs.
Please.
Just come on, just join. I mean,
just really, do it.
Just $10 a month. That's all you got to do. And then we can quit and we can just pump out so much material, and it'll be wonderful. I even thought about creating an OnlyFans where I just sensually pack lunch.
Yes. I told her, I was like, just wear a moderately low cut shirt and aggressively make sandwiches so that there's a lot of jiggling going on.
Right.
And that's all you have to do. And then after you're done, there'll be a second tier where I stomp all over the sandwich.
Right.
Barefoot.
Yes.
I think we could somebody's going to pay for that.
Absolutely. I think it's a brilliant idea, and we need to jump on this before one of you guys steal it from us.
They're not going to be able to. They don't have our feet.
That's They don't have my lunch making skills either.
Not at all.
I can make a sandwich like a son of a bitch.
And when you showed me what you were thinking about doing your sandwich making, you were pantomiming making a sandwich, but you also had a really intense, aggressive, looking face. And that's something only you could bring to sandwich making. So let them try.
I wish you would. All right. Anyway, yeah, I would agree that my shout out is also going to be thank you to everybody. And honestly, there was a lot of really sweet messages and emails too, not even just comments on our Instagram. So truly thank you for understanding. It feels, feel kind of guilty having to stop, but we needed it. We just needed it. So again, thank you, everybody. Super stoked to be back. Keep an eye out for our OnlyFans of aggressive lunch making and sandwich stomping.
Yes, and if you would be interested in watching us make and stomp on sandwiches, let us know. If you'd like to watch us make and stomp on other foods, we'd be more than happy to hear what your suggestions might be. So let us know, and if it, you pitch us an idea, and we'll do our best to stomp on it.
Just like my mom. She's real good at stomping on ideas and dreams. No, I'm kidding, Mom. All right. So let's do this. Let's get into it, because holy shit, this is a biggity wiggity.
I'm ready, and I don't want to fuck around anymore. I just want to get to the king of the hill. It's been so long.
Oh, I know it. All right, look, everyone, we're doing it. We're finally doing it. We edged you for as long as we could with this double header. We've got a double dong of an episode coming up. And we edged you, and now we're finally going to let you release.
Oh, wait. Hold it in just a second longer.
Just kidding, you bitch.
You cuck.
You disgusting worm. All right, yes.
Just speaking of edging, I recently, for anyone who's on TikTok, I recently just stumbled upon a whole new area of TikTok called Lawn Talk. And it's just all videos of people caring for their lawns. And there was one that was so satisfying. It was just a guy edging his lawn. I've never seen anything so relaxing and satisfying. So I definitely want to share that video. But I feel like Lawn Talk, if Hank was going to ever be into TikToks, my God, this is perfect. Perfect for him. I guess perfect for him or any lawn-loving dad type.
Yeah. That would be the video that Bobby shows him to make him understand how good TikTok is.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe this TikTok isn't so bad. He would call it Tic-Tac, probably. Maybe this Tic-Tac isn't so bad after all. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about lawn talk and edging, and that's it. So now, sorry about that. You can release now. We'll get to the episode.
And release. All right. We are talking about high anxiety. Part 1 of a double header, a mid-season cliffhanger.
I thought this was called Hanky Panky.
Motherfucker. It is called Hanky Panky. I was looking at the next episode. I was looking at the next episode note. We haven't done this in a while, so
a little rusty.
Let's run it back. Okay. We're talking about Hanky Panky. Part 1 of a doubleheader.
Yes.
Mid-season cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I love it. What a way to shake things up.
Truly.
So, yeah, let's get into it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All of Hank's hard work and dedication to gas is finally paying off. He and the family and coworkers and other propane salesmen in the Arlen city limits, probably
proper
other places too, whatever. Anyway, they are all in attendance of the Texas Propane Dealers Association award show. Hank is receiving the Blue Flame of Valor Award.
I love the idea of jobs just incorporating awards.
Yeah.
And like award events.
Yeah, I think we should all do it.
I've never had a job where there have been like, all right, every year we give out awards and everyone dresses up and we like cater it and everything, you know.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Even if they're just silly awards, you know?
Oh, I'm more than if it's catered, I'm going.
100%. So everybody is at this big gala at the awards ceremony. And right before Hank goes up to accept his award, we see Buck come in, fashionably late, of course, with Debbie Grund, who is smoking hot.
A real smoke show.
Real smoke show. I mean, that dress, come on. Hello.
Oh, it's cut all the way down to her belly button, showing off her incredible sternum and knockers.
I know. Side boob, front boob.
Middle side boob. The rarest boob.
The rarest boob of all. Killing it. She is slamming. Obviously, Buck is very proud of himself. And poor and silly Hank, oh, sweet, innocent Hank, is just like, well, I would think that she could have found a date instead of Buck, but that's very sweet of Buck to bring Debbie because poor thing couldn't find a date.
Because she couldn't find a date. Oh, right. You baby, you little baby.
You
Hank.
naive idiot, Hank. Oh. No. So, clearly, Debbie is, pumping Buck's gas. I don't know. I'm trying to make a cast joke. It's not working. Anyway,
it is working. That's what you've painted a picture.
She is wiping his tank from top to bottom,
front to back, side to side.
Anyway, Debbie is fucking Buck. So, but Hank goes up to accept his award, and again, silly Hank. He dedicates the award to Buck Strickland. He's just, oh, sweet Hank. Instead of his hard work, instead of Hank being like a really good salesman and loving propane, he starts to do this whole presentation with and Peggy even has one of those old school projectors that we all had, and I love it. Like, she has to put the film down and then one on top of it and then another for each letter. So good. Love it.
Would kill to have one of those, except I have no idea what I'd do with it, but love those.
Yeah, just to have one. To turn off all the lights and hear that motor humming. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Bring you right back. Romantic. Sexy. Oh. So Peggy starts, and what Hank is doing, he's doing like this, I don't even know what it's called, but the B stands for balls. Or no, he's starting with Strickland. The S stands for sexy. Anyway, so he starts doing this, S is for Samsonite, T is whatever, but, and then all of a sudden we hear him say, and I is for, and we hear in the background, jackass! And who is it? It's Ms. Liz.
Ms. Liz.
Buck's wife.
And Hank is so confused. He's like, jackass doesn't even start with I.
That's not even the right letter.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank. And Miss Liz, okay, granted, she has every right to be fucking furious and to throw a fit and to like embarrass Buck. However, this is Hank's moment. Okay, he's finally getting an award, and she's just like, "How dare you?" To Buck, she's yelling. She's like, "How dare you bring this hussy around here in front of all of our friends and family members and members of the community that we're a part of? You just are insulting me to the highest degree, and how dare she? Are those my mother's pearls around her neck?"
I mean,
so
she should not be surprised because Buck was fully ready to abandon her during the potential Y2K apocalypse. I mean, he took Debbie to the desert, not Miss Liz.
I know. Right. And I was just, good point, because I thought this is an event where like friends are at and like business associates and everything. Why wouldn't he bring his wife? Like, I get that you have a mistress.
Yeah.
But to bring the mistress instead of the wife to like a big business event just seems like the most brazen, dumbass thing to do.
Yeah, it's one thing to be like a little open about it at work, or even just to like be taking Debbie to quiet little secluded like restaurants for like romantic dinners, but to just straight up like a gala where half of their Christmas card is in attendance and probably they're taking pictures and all that stuff. I mean, it is brazen.
It is.
But that's our Buck.
That is our fucking Buck. All right.
Fucking Buck.
So Miss Liz just goes off. She's like, that's it. We're done. Expect to hear from my lawyer soon.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Next day at Strickland Propane, Buck is in full like freak out mode. He is in save all my assets mode because Miss Liz is coming for my junk and I have no defense because I was literally making out with this woman in front of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
Just full on making out. Ew. Yeah. God. In front of everyone. Come on. Anyway. So he says to Hank, hey, give me whatever cash you have in your wallet. And Hank just gives him money. And Buck writes down, congratulations, you own Sugarfoot's now. And Sugarfoot's is like a Arlen institution, similar to Luby's, whatever they call it in the show. He's like, oh, I didn't even know that you owned this. So Buck is like trying to get rid of all of his assets. And he's like, yeah, but you have to give it back to me once the divorce is over. And of course, Hank is like, well, yes, of course, obviously. Yes, I know. I would have been like, bye.
Yeah.
No way.
And that's kind of what Buck doesn't need to worry about Hank at all, but I don't think he took into account Peggy, who not only is a notary public, and notarized this like coaster contract that Buck wrote up really quickly. But as soon as she notarizes it, she's just like, you are officially the owner of Sugarfoot's, Hank. And as your wife, I get half of everything that you have. So I own half of Sugarpuss. Sugarfoot's. And she is not necessarily, I mean, she like immediately is just like, this is mine and I'm going to make it my own.
And I'm going to put carpet in a restaurant because that's a good idea. She just destroys it instantly.
I love Peggy's storyline, how she is, oh my God, I love it. It's so funny. She's so bad at owning a restaurant.
She's so bad at it. She's so bad at it. And now, shortly after Buck unloads all of his assets, he is gone. He's kicked out of he's kicked out of Strickland. The Strickland in Strickland Propane stands for Ms. Liz.
Mm-hmm.
So she is now the boss and owner of Strickland Propane. So Buck he's kicked out of his home. He's kicked out of his business. He doesn't have Sugarfoots. He is living at Debbie's apartment with her roommate, Gail. He's got a gun, a saddle, and like a shoebox of cash. That's all he's got. That's all he's got to his name. And rightfully so. Miss Liz is now owner, operator, Strickland Propane. First thing she does, demote Debbie to tank wipe.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe she even keeps her on.
Well, first of all, that. Second of all, I can't believe Debbie wasn't like, peace the fuck out. I don't want to work with you. I'm terrified of you now. I'd be so scared.
I mean, she can't possibly have a passion for propane. I'm sure it was just an easy job where she got to bang her boss and do nothing.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it's all about.
But she's sticking it out.
She's going to polish doorknobs, which is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Not much has changed, I guess.
Later that night, Hank goes over, he visits Buck and kind of just, again, goes over what little Buck has and, just kind of checking in on him and seeing how he's doing. And he seems to be, pretty bummed out, but whatever, Buck will be fine. The next day, Hank goes into work and Miss Liz, in an effort to win Hank over, promotes him to manager.
Mm-hmm.
Promotes him to manager, and also gives him this beautiful monogrammed lighter as a gift. She's taken him out to lunch at this fancy little place and says, I need you on my team. You know how to run this business. And, here's a beautiful Haith, yeah, Jesus, Hank Rutherford Hill. Here's a beautiful lighter for you. Please be my manager. And he's, Hank's like, okay, great. Later that night, he gets a phone call, a propane emergency from Miss Liz. And he rushes over to the house and he's greeted by an also smoking hot Miss Liz.
Oh, yeah.
Who's
got another smoke show.
Got another smoke show. She's in like this kimono robe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair's up like in chopsticks, right? Like up in a messy bun with chopsticks that you can just like pull
messily
out.
tousled. I feel like it was it reminds me a lot of that one Madonna music video where she has black hair, and I think there might be some appropriation of like Japanese culture. But that's what comes to mind looking at Miss Liz, and she is a smoke show, even though there might be some appropriation going on.
Definitely. So Hank's a little bit like, okay, but he goes into where the hot tub is at, the jacuzzi bath, really, is what it is. And there's candles everywhere. It is sexy and romantic, and it probably smells really good in there. And he's kind of looking at the tank. He's like, I don't really see any issue. And then he turns around to talk to Miss Liz, and she's just like coming on to him super hard. She's trying to get him to drink some champagne, and all of a sudden she just takes her hair down and drops her robe. She is butt-ass naked.
Woo.
Full frontal for Hank.
Oh, yeah.
He's horrified. He's terrified. He just screams. And I think she she either pushes him into the tub or he falls into it. But poor guy, he's like in the tub spluttering, freaking out, trying to run away.
It's terrifying. I mean, here's this lady who, first of all, it's a fake propane emergency, which probably would have like knocked him off his feet anyway. Right. But then there's a naked woman. It's Strick Buckland's wife who's naked. She's coming onto him and she straight up is like, I want to make soup with you in this jacuzzi.
Oh, God. Poor Hank. How many times does Hank have to be sexually assaulted? And this isn't even the last time. There's several more times.
I know,
he gets assaulted.
He is horribly mistreated by Buck, but Miss Liz is really no better.
No, not at all. She completely objectifies him in this situation for her own gain because she wants to get back at Buck. And she tricks him into coming over. And then poor guy freaks out. He falls into a tub. So he's like getting soap in his mouth and he's spluttering and he's slipping, sliding all over the place, trying to run away. And then he has to go into work the next day and see her.
Yeah. And she acts like she's so sorry. But then tells people that maybe they made soup?
So first of all, apparently the people know, like everybody knows somehow because like Joe Jack makes some sort of comment or whatever and they're like, oh, hey, Hank. And when he goes in to talk to Miss Liz.
Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead.
No, I mean, but yeah, that does happen. But then he goes in to talk to her. Poor guy. He has to confront this assaulter and she's just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed, but I needed like a leg up on Buck. And he was just like, what? No, that's not okay. And then she's just like, oh, here's, but here's your new manager's uniform. And it's like booty shorts and knee-high socks.
Just little hot pants.
Yeah. Just like the sexiest little shorts that she could give Hank. And the poor guy puts them on. Hank.
Like he's a little Von Trapp child.
With a beer gut.
Yeah. Just skipping through like the mountains of Austria.
No, poor guy. So he comes out and everybody laughs at him. And like, I think Joe Jack smacks him on the ass and is like, you're the new Debbie. Like, Debbie. So poor Hank, he's just being humiliated and he doesn't know what to do. He's freaked out because now, he's in the middle of Miss Liz and Buck, their divorce. Miss Liz has come on to him. He's trying to be supportive to Buck. So poor guy, he's stressed as shit. And he starts smoking again. He's smoking cigarettes. He used to smoke all the time. You remember that very, very sensual flashback that we saw of Hank and Peggy in their early days, smoking cigs, banging on the lawn of Tom Landry high school. I don't know. Can't remember. Anyway.
If there was ever a trigger for a relapse, this is a perfect one.
Absolutely.
I wanted to start smoking just watching this.
Exactly. So Hank starts smoking again. He's all stressed out after this interaction at work. And he goes to a convenience store and grabs some more cigarettes. And when he comes back out, who's in his truck? Who is practically nude in his truck? Debbie Grund. She's, again, smoke show. She's only wearing her bra and panties.
Just underwear in a parking lot.
These women just undresses immediately in front of this guy. Miss Liz does. She just takes her robe off. She's butt-ass naked. Now Debbie is just practically nude in her bra and underwear. The stones. Unless all of the lights are off, like, come on.
She's in black lingerie, just like the tiniest black underwear, black bra, and sneakers. The most bold look.
Keds.
Bold. Like, it's like, I'm trying to be sexy, but, I'm not going to put heels on in case I have to chase you.
And she pretty much does. Mm-hmm. So poor Hank, he's like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. And he's just like, what are you doing? No, I do not consent to this. Yeah. Poor guy. And he, he's trying to run away from her. She's like, he said, you're sleeping with Buck. And she goes, no, I was sleeping with my boss and you're my boss. So let's do it. And so Hank is like, he gets out of the car, he runs around, she chases him, he gets back back in and locks the doors, and she's just pissed. She is so mad, and she's like, nobody rejects Debbie Grund.
Well, I just did.
I know. Oh, Hank.
He looks so scared. Well, I just did.
I know. Oh, I love it. Just a little bit of like, fuck you, even though he's terrified.
He's terrified.
Then, after all of this, he comes home, and who's sitting in the chair in the living room with a shotgun?
A shotgun in his house.
In his own home. He walks in, turns on the light, and there's Buck Strickland with a fucking shotgun.
I would be so scared. He's sitting there in the dark with a shotgun. My first thought would be, my wife and child are dead.
Okay. Exactly. So Hank, instead of like running away, is just like, hey, what's going on? And of course, Buck has heard all about how apparently Miss Liz has told him that he and she made soup, which is just one of the most disgusting things. The most disgusting way to describe fucking in my entire life. Because all I can think of was clam chowder.
Oh, I
know.
love clam chowder.
Oh, you would, my God.
It's so good. You don't like clam chowder?
No, I don't like clam chowder. You chowder head, I don't like it.
You're missing out. It's good.
Ugh, I don't know
but
about
I certainly
that,
don't want to make it by fornicating.
But I don't want clam chowder in my underwear. Thank you.
Yeah, or my jacuzzi.
Or my jacuzzi tub. You know how gunky that'll get? Good Lord. All right, so Hank is like, whoa, hold on. We did not have sex. We did not hook up. Nothing like that happened. I have one mistress, and that is propane, and Peggy understands. She has an understanding with me about that. And I love it. Buck is like, I know. I know you don't have sex. And he's like, well,
I love that whole part. I have one mistress. I've only had one mistress, and her name is Propane. Peggy and I have an understanding about that. And Buck, I mean, he must have been sitting there for hours with that shotgun, but then he's immediately like, oh, Hank, I believe you. I know you don't have sex. Hank's just like, well, no.
I know. He's like, well, that's not entirely accurate. Oh, I love it. Oh, God. And I know he must have been sitting there for hours, but then he probably saw Hank and was like, never mind. I know this guy has never fucked anyone besides Peggy.
Yeah, just him saying Peggy, one mistress, her name is Propane Peggy, and I have an understanding about that. Like, that's just immediately disarms Buck. He's just like, oh, God, you are no competition of mine.
No, definitely not. Oh, all right. But in that moment, Buck breaks down. He's like, I had it all. I had money, and I had a wife to mother me. Oh. And like a woman, a mistress to suck me. And it just, and Hank's just like, oh, God. He's like, and I just want my money and my wife back. It's like, oh, God, you pathetic bitch. All right.
I do love that line. He's like, I had it all, Hank. I had a good wife to mother me. I had a pretty young girlfriend. I was living like a Frenchman.
Oh, so good. I love all the shots they take at the French. It's such a Texas, like, Southern thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
So, Hank, the next day, he's like, all right, we got to end this. This is too much. I'm getting assaulted left and right. I'm having shotguns like pointed at me. I've got people in my car half naked. I've been shoved into a jacuzzi and clam chowder poured all over me. I can't do this. So Hank arranges for like Buck and Miss Liz to arrive at Sugarfoot's like at the same time, but he doesn't, he kind of does it in secret so they don't know, because they would never agree to meet each other if they knew beforehand.
Right.
However, in the middle of this happening, Debbie calls Hank, and she pretends she's like this, putting on this little old lady voice. She's like, tell Peggy that Hank slept with Debbie. Oh, and Hank is just like, who is this?
She's like, it's Debbie and I'm going to get you. And he's like, put that old lady back on the phone. Maybe she'll talk some sense into you.
Hank. Oh, poor sweet Hank. So, finally he thinks quickly and he's like, look, wait. I will, he stalls Debbie by saying like, okay, I'll meet you and, we'll do it. Yes, we are going to do it. God. So he just kind of like, just to stall Debbie from, I don't know what, like going to see Peggy at Sugarfoot's to say that they slept together, to like disrupt Buck and Liz getting back together, all of that stuff. So Hank rushes to Sugarfoot's to talk to Peggy before Debbie can, and to kind of like facilitate this meeting between Buck and Liz. As he enters, Buck and Liz arrive at the same time, and they manage to just like kind of reconcile over the sheer horror of what Peggy has done to Sugarfoot. They're just like, what the fuck happened to this place?
Sugarfoot's like previously was one of those like real like, I feel like authentic barbecue places where there's sawdust on the floor and just like wooden tables with benches. And it's like a little bit grimy, but that's how you know that it's like going to be good barbecue. And then they walk in and I mean, just the fact that there's carpet is crazy enough. But then she has a little train set up going around the ceiling with her face on it.
Just and a wagging finger. No substitutions. Because that's what everybody loves in a restaurant, not being able to customize what you eat.
Yeah.
So they reconcile, they even say, oh my God, the horseshoe is gone. And we got that on our honeymoon. And Kath is like, what happened to Sugarfoot? Sugarfoot. And Buck's like, oh, what? You haven't called me Sugarfoot in years. And that's when they like get really horny and do it.
Oh, yeah.
So Buck and Liz have reconciled. Woo! Hank's like, hello, great. Mm. Then he remembers, oh, fuck, Debbie. She's on her way over here. Oh, my God. So
he's going to destroy my marriage.
He's going to destroy my marriage just like she tried to with Buck and Liz. So he rushes over to the singles complex, rushes to her apartment. And when he gets there, she's not there. So he's waiting around trying to like, wait for Debbie to come back. But it turns out that Debbie's never going to come back. She'll never come back to that apartment again.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, we're back at Sugarfoot's and we hear pow!
Oh my God.
A shotgun blasting in the distance. And what does Peggy do? Like a dumb idiot. Goes outside to investigate.
Oh.
She goes out and she looks in the dumpster. And what does she see? A dead Debbie.
Damn Debbie.
Dead Debbie. She's dead, done.
Done, dead, Debbie, done. Dumpster.
Dumpster Debbie, done. Poor thing. What a horrible way to be found.
Oh my God.
And that's the episode.
Woo! Oh, that was wicked, Doc.
I know. I'm sweaty. Hello.
I forgot how unsatisfying a cliffhanger is.
I know, it's infuriating. All right, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Sock it to me. Tell me everything you're thinking, feeling, experiencing. What do you think about this episode?
Okay. Well, one of the first thoughts I had that I wrote down watching this episode was, I wish that Will would call me Ms. Jack.
Ooh, with the Z, M-I-Z?
Ms. It works better with Ms. Like Liz, but
Ms. Jack.
He calls his wife Ms. Liz.
I like it too. It's a good one.
Yeah. There's something powerful. But it would be weird if he called me Miss all the time. But
ew. Well, I feel like the Z is what makes all the difference.
Ms. Yeah. Kind of like how I like being called ma'am, especially by older men. I mentioned it before, but I love Peggy's storyline.
I know. I didn't talk about it at all because the one with Hank is so all-encompassing, but it is so good. There's so much going on, so much Hank's storyline has a lot of funny moments, but there is so much intense stuff. It's really nice to have this whole other separate storyline that's just
funny.
Yeah.
And I know I've mentioned it before, but I love most of the B plots that focus on Peggy are just some of my favorite ones because she is so ridiculous sometimes. It's so funny.
She's so confident all the time in the worst ideas.
Yeah, this is clearly Buck handing over this restaurant just so he doesn't lose it in his divorce, but she just does not see it that way at all. This is this belongs to her and Hank, and it's half hers, and she immediately goes in there and starts making all of these changes. She even comes up with a suggestion box for all the employees. First of all, she goes in, introduces herself, and tells them, like, all the employees, she's like, I just want you to know that you are no longer employees here. And they all turn around and look at her like, the fuck? And she's like, you are team members or teammates or something. It's just like, oh, you're going to be one of those managers. Oh,
gross.
And then she has like a meeting with everyone where she has a suggestion box, and she's like, this is where you can, like, if you have any ideas for the restaurant, you could put your suggestions in here. Let's go ahead and read a few. And she reads a couple, and somebody points out, there's no hole in the top of that suggestion box. And so it's clearly just stuff that she wants to change. And she's using this fake suggestion box. I only have like one more thing I wrote down for Peggy's storyline, but right before she discovers Debbie, she's at the restaurant and she's making her own homemade barbecue sauce, which is just ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Which is Thousand Island dressing.
Thank you. I wrote that down. I was like, this is just Thousand Island dressing. Imagine putting Thousand Island on your barbecue.
Oh, gross.
She's nuts. She's just mixing these giant vats of mayo and ketchup when she hears like the gunshot. She's nuts.
And again, so confident. She's like, oh, they are just going to love my new barbecue sauce. Like,
it's crazy.
Nobody's going to love it.
I wonder if this is some kind. At first, I was just like, you live in Texas, so you should know better. But I wonder if this is some kind of Montana thing, if they're notorious for their terrible barbecue, which I'm going to assume now, and I'm not going to research it at all. So, Montanans, you're on notice.
Right. Apologize for your terrible barbecue sauce.
Yes.
That's just Thousand Islands.
Just Thousand Island.
Put it on a Reuben, but don't put it on my pulled pork.
Thank you. When Hank first goes to see, I forget exactly why he goes to see Buck, but Buck has to stay at Debbie's apartment because he's been kicked out of his house. And Hank goes to see him, and he realizes that Debbie's apartment is just happens to be right next to Sugarfoot's. And Hank says, Debbie's place is right next to Sugarfoot's. That's quite a coincidence. And Buck is just like, it's no coincidence. I like to eat, I like to hump, and I don't like to drive. So I built Sugarfoot's right next to the singles complex.
If there is not a more relatable line in the entire series than that, I don't know what it is. I like to eat, I like to hump, and I don't like to drive. Put that on my tombstone. 110% Buck, I agree.
I love that line. Then the next quote I wrote down is it's during a conversation between Hank and Ms. Liz. And she's saying to Hank, I can forgive my husband's benders and the profanity and his inappropriate comfort with all aspects of the human body. But it's the women, Hank. My purse of forgiveness is finally empty. And Hank says, please don't make me choose sides. Mr. Strickland's been very good to me, and I've worked for him as long as he's been cheating on you.
I would guarantee that Buck has been cheating on Miss Liz for longer than that, Hank.
Before he was even born, I'm sure. I don't know. I guess I don't know how long they've been married, but yeah.
Oh, I know. I love that line. God.
Man, I thought I had more quotes, but I think I got a lot of them in the retelling, and then other ones I have are for the next episode. So I think I've pretty much run through all of them except for one quote by a guy that works at Sugarfoot's named Elvin. And he seems to be just like a little bit stupid, and he's like just some ginger boy working at Sugarfoot's. And Peggy, it's during her suggestion box charade meeting, and she's just talking about, we can like where they can take Sugarfoot's. They can like, she has all these ideas, and she has this vision for the restaurant, and she's saying that what people like more than individuality is predictability or something like that. If we just like try not to do anything unique or special and just really make it predictable, like we could like, I don't know, I think she's like getting at like we could like have chains of this and everything. And she even references Wendy's founder, what's his name?
Dave Thomas.
Yeah. And during this speech, that like ginger boy Elvin is just like, he's making all these funny comments, but I wrote down this one quote by him. He just says, "I like them square hamburgers."
That's such a good impression. Oh my
God. But those are about all the quotes I wrote down, it looks like.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Well done.
What about you, Amy?
Well, I got a couple, but again, I also got quite a few out, and you mentioned some of my favorite ones, but man, those birds are popping off. I love it. Because I've got crazy birds too here. I love it. Okay.
One girl I work with told me that every time you see a bird, you're supposed to make 3 wishes. And I was just like,
Jesus.
I'm sad. I don't have time to make that many wishes. There's so many birds here.
I know. Oh my God.
When Amy first moved up here, I think you were saying like the amount of chirping has been overwhelming.
Yeah, I was like, these birds are losing their minds. But I love it. I mean, they sound lovely. But shut the fuck up every once in a while. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's the thing about Durham is that I've heard people describe it as a city in a forest because there's just so many trees. And so I guess that makes sense that there are a lot of birds.
A lot of birds.
Anyway, sorry. Go on with your quotes.
Yes. So, again, I don't have a whole lot besides the ones we've already said. But Hank's trying to, like, plow through his speech, and the S is for Strickland, the S, da. And he starts to say, okay, now where was I? And I think it's Thatherton. He goes, D for done.
I thought he said D for dumbass.
No, he says done. Like, you're done. Get out of here.
Oh.
Because Miss Strickland says, jackass!
Very
You're getting
good.
confused, Jackie. It's understandable.
It's these
your
birds.
It's the birds.
I can't think straight. I didn't realize that was Thatherton, though.
I think it was Thatherton. I'm just making, but it makes me laugh because it makes me think of when I was younger. My grandma was like super evangelical, whatever, and she was starting to my mama, and she was starting to lose her mind. And truly, I mean, she had dementia, Alzheimer's, all of it. So she was losing it. Yeah. And we were having to do this prayer thing before my sisters left to go to, I think, move to Gainesville. And we're all sitting around the table, and my mom is going on and on with this prayer. And she's just like, and bless the birds and the trees, and just going on. And finally, my grandpa just goes, amen. Jesus, Nan, come on. I don't know why, but that's just the D for done. We're over this. Stop. Nobody cares anymore.
Your moment is ruined. Just get off the stage.
You're done. Don't stand up there. I mean, just go home. Let's see. I loved, I'm hoping that you looked up who the voice actor was for the lawyer for Miss Liz. Maybe not. Maybe I need to look it up. But whoever it is, what a great voice. But when he comes into Sugarfoot's and he sees Debbie, he was just like, aren't you pretty? I can see how you'd make a weak man stupid.
Yeah.
What a good dig at Buck. I loved it.
Oh, I did look that up.
I know. I can't remember. I looked it up weeks ago. Loved that lawyer. I want that lawyer on my side.
And his name is Jewel, right?
Jewel. Yes. Mm-hmm. I love it. God. a really good little Dale moment where Hank is like, give me one of those cigarettes. And Dale just goes, I thought you quit because cigarettes cause death. They do, so pace yourself.
Yeah, they do,
Oh, they cause death. And he's like, well, they do, so. And then really the only last one, and I mentioned it even briefly, but like when Hank ends up having, I got a little something here. All right. So in this episode, we see Hanky when he's talking to Debbie on the phone, and he says, yes, we are going to do it. And Peggy's like, and Debbie is like, ooh, I love it when you talk dirty to me. And Hank hangs up the phone. And he's like, oh God, I just had phone sex. So as I was watching that episode, I posted a poll on our Instagram because I was curious to see how many people have had phone sex. And I'm going to go ahead and read the poll results, which I already know what you answered, Jackie, because I saw that.
What? I don't even remember answering that.
You sure did. And you said, yes, you dirty little minx.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. That's okay. I said yes, too.
Well, right, I know it was weird. And not at all satisfying.
It's always a little awkward.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get into it.
I don't know.
So in the poll on whether or not you've had phone sex, 58% said, oh yeah, baby.
58?
And 58% said, oh yeah, baby. And 42% said, oh no, baby. Now.
Okay.
But I do want to tell you about one of the messages we got because it made me laugh really hard.
Ooh.
So let me find it. So with that poll, somebody sent us a message, and I'm not going to read your name out just because, I said that I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't, even though it's not about you. But what they said is, I once picked up the phone to call the homework hotline and heard my mom having phone sex with my dad who was at work. I love it. And then they said, kids these days will never understand landline telephones.
Landlines.
I love it. First of all, good for your parents. I love it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you had to hear that. Good for them. At work? I'm sorry. You have nothing else to do?
Look, sometimes when you get a bone, you get a bone. It doesn't really matter.
That's right.
Although I wonder, like back in the day, how do you even, like you could text someone and be like, hey babe, I'm horny.
Here's a picture of how horny I am.
Yeah, here, look at my rock hard junk in my pants, which is always a hot picture, but
I can't imagine what their parents are involved in now that they have all this new technology.
Ooh, why don't you think about that?
Think about it.
Why don't you think about it? But I just love it. Like, good for you keeping the spark alive. But the homework hotline?
We should call the homework hotline.
Is that even still a thing? God.
It's gotta be. It's probably a chat.
It's probably filthy now. Call the homework hotline. And find out what 6 + 9 equals. Stupid. Sorry, that was dumb. Anyway, okay. And those are my the end of my notes.
Well, we did have a few guest stars, so I'm glad you mentioned the lawyer, Mr. Jewel, whatever his name was. And that person was voiced by our good friend, Mr. Phil Hendry, who we may recall played Coach Sowers in 3 Coaches and a Bobby.
The range.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
Oh, yes. We also have 4 guest stars. I don't know if we even can count David Herman as a guest star, but I love mention because he's in so many episodes, but I love mentioning him when he does pop up because he always does such a great job. I mean, especially after Gilbert, I'm in awe of David Herman.
Right.
But David Herman plays the voice of Gail. Debbie's roommate. Then we have, for the voice of Debbie, who we normally never hear speak at all, we have Reese Witherspoon.
In her best role ever.
Best role ever.
Legally Blonde slaps, but yeah.
Yes. And then for the voice of Ms. Liz, we have Kathleen Turner.
What a babe. And that voice for Ms. Liz, love it.
Oh, and it's crazy. She's always had that voice. I was just watching, what was I watching recently? She was in that movie, I think, Peggy Sue Gets Married. And that came out in 86. And I don't think she was a teenager back then or anything, but she certainly wasn't like, a woman of a certain age or anything. Right. But she still had that husky, sexy voice. She was playing like a high school student. And she's still like hearing that voice come out of a high school student was just like wild.
Yeah, like that sexy pack-a-day voice.
Pack-a-day?
Yeah,
I smoke a pack-a-day.
Yeah. It's deep and sensual, but like real nice.
Yeah, it's just like that, except without all the coughing.
Right.
So, a good guest star episode.
Indeed.
All right. Are we ready to get into listener comments?
We are, and these are from March 11th.
Hey!
That's how long ago we were planning this. All right, Jackie, now that we've both said our piece, it's time to get into listener comments. And we have a listener comment song. And you know who it's from?
Julian.
That's right.
Finally.
Julian sent us the email with the songs. So I'm going to go ahead and play one. And also, very happy belated birthday, Julian.
Damn, Julian. The patience of a saint.
So here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
What you listening to, son?
I don't think you like it.
Well, why not? I like this new generation of music.
Oh, Bobby Hill is in the house. I'm a little worried about being a slut.
What you got there, old top?
The penis is so much better than jockstrap.
Bobby, spit it out! Spit it out!
Yeah! Bobby! Ringo! Bobby! Ringo! Bobby! Ringo! Bobby! Ringo! Bobby! Bobby! I sell propane and propane accessories. I tell you what. Shut up, Dale. Shut up, Dale. You get me, I'm wise. Ringo. Y'all peace up, I'm out.
It's all toilet sounds. Where did you record this?
I bought it at the mall.
Oh, that was awesome. I was worried that there was going to be some like rapping. But that was awesome.
I definitely thought you were going to rap, Julian, and I was like, oh
no. That was wonderful. Bobby!
Gringo. Wasn't there a bunch of gringos in there?
Yep. Yeah, there were.
Well done, Julian.
Thank you, Julian.
Good job. All right, let's get into some. All
right. The first comment I'd like to highlight is by Nurse in Embers, and it says, Debbie had no chance at seducing Hank when Peggy Platter sits on his face every knit.
Oh, naughty and a spelling error. I love it.
They probably ran out of space, but that's an awesome comment.
The real Slim Sadie 420. Soup is good food, but keep your spoon in your own bowl. Ew! Look who the fuck is talking, Buck, by the way.
I saw the exact same quote by enchanted_ways. Soup is good food, Hank, but keep your spoon in your own bowl.
Oh.
Okay, I see two comments. One by Lieberg Art and one by Delirious. And Lieberg Art says, D is for done. And then Delirious says, D is for dumb.
Oh, we've got a little bit of a mysterious thing, although I know I'm right. So just FYI.
Did you say done or dumb?
Done. I know it.
Okay, then I'll be team dumb. And let us know. Wes Archer, please call in and let us know.
Wes, help!
Help us.
Let's see. Right next to each other, we got Right Dude here and the Real Slim Sadie 420. The I stands for Jackass! M. Mazias says, my favorite doubleheader, the shorts, the weed, the mystery. Mwah.
Well, Johnny_pizza says, this mystery two-parter is better than Who Shot Mr. Burns, which I think is such an interesting comment, because when I was just kind of doing just some general research for this episode, usually there's some random Reddit discussion or two, and I stumbled upon a couple, and more than one person referenced The Simpsons and just said, this is a mystery, a murder mystery worthy of, a Simpsons episode, which I just thought was such a cool comment, insight.
Well, it's funny because I never even really think of it as a murder mystery, only because I've only ever seen it one right after the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a cliffhanger back then, but now I just see it right after each other. But it's true, and good for them to have this murder mystery episode. How fun is that?
I know. I'm trying to think back. That's such a great point. I'm trying to think back, when I first watched this, who did I think killed Debbie? The show doesn't really seem to be, I mean, Hank is possibly getting framed, and you can't spend too much time thinking too much about it because Hank has this whole other thing going on of trying to not have his marriage destroyed, and then in the next episode, that whole thing with marijuana and everything. But I'm trying to think if I suspected anyone. There's no real clear suspect, but of course
not yet. Yeah, because it's right at the very end that
True.
we find out that Debbie is dead.
That's right.
All right, I got another one from the Real Slim Sadie 420. God dang it, Miss Liz, let go my egos.
Oh, yes. And then her attorney Jewel is like, I'm sorry you had to hear that, Miss Liz.
Delirious says, that box would work better if you cut a hole in the top. Delirious also says, when Miss Liz calls it soup, my asshole closes. Same.
Oh, soup. Thunder Muffin just put an emoji of soup.
Very good. Yes. Blade EGTB just says, Hanky Panky. Very good. Very good. That is
Hanky
the episode.
Panky. Hanky Panky.
That's it.
What's your favorite quote or moment from Hanky Panky? It's Hanky Panky. Well, I think this will be my last one, and it's by our girl Mozzie_C137. And it's a quote, I'm pretty sure by Joe Jack, and it just says, boy toy.
My last one is by Zach Valentine 17. We are going to do it. Oh, Hank.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you all very much. Well done. Excellent listener comments. Jackie, are you ready for some trivia?
I am.
Oh, I don't think you are.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
am. Then bring it.
Okay. Amy.
Yes.
Yeah. Amy.
Oh. Yes.
What building and apartment number does Debbie live in?
That is literally the exact same thing that I have for a trivia question.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Building 25. Apartment 318D.
D for dick. That's right. All right. All right. So good job, us.
Yes. And you go next.
Okay. What does the T in Strickland stand for?
Taint.
I'm sorry, we were looking for trust.
Trust. Okay.
Which is just a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie.
Yeah. Hank is such a little baby.
I know.
All right. And my last one, which I'm going to pull out of my butt right now. Amy.
Yes.
What was the date that this episode came out?
Oh, I don't think I even said that. February 6, 2000.
Hold on.
Yes, thank you. Correct.
Hold on.
Good job, me. She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know.
I'm sorry. It's February 6th, 2000. So don't you look dumb. Just kidding. You got it right. You got them both right. 2 points for you.
All right, I got one last one for you.
Great.
What brand of jeans did Hank sell to Buck?
Levi Strauss.
Jordache, you jackass.
Ah! Damn. All right. Now people have to start sending me trivia questions because I'm getting my ass kicked.
No, please don't. Don't.
All right, Amy. And do you know what the next episode is?
I do because I said it the first time. High anxiety.
Yay.
That's right.
Well, should we just go ahead and get into that, end this and get into that since we want to figure out what the hell happened to Debbie?
I know. Who done it? Let's get into this who done it. I'm so tired.
Who done killed Debbie dead in a dumpster? Dead Debbie.
Perfect. Okay, goodbye. All right, everybody, listen. Follow us at Ho Yeah Pod on Twitter, Instagram, on our Facebook. We got a Facebook page, Ho Yeah Podcast, King of the Hill group. We have email us, hello@hoyeahpod.com. If you want to send us a listener comment song, please do.
Mm-hmm. You can even call us and leave a listener comment song on our voicemail or just a general message. Again, please send us any gossip you might have. I'd love to talk shit about someone we don't know. Our number is 386-530-3876.
Well done. Yeah, do that and also join our Patreon because we've got a lot of stuff on there. We have a whole fan fiction that we read. It was very sensual. It was very sexy.
Oh.
We got the stamp of approval from Wes Archer on it, so that means that. And that guy knows sexy, so please go ahead and listen to it.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody, we love you, and we will see you next week.
And until next time,
Vaya con Dios. There we go. Very good.